Hello, everyone. We are live here. It is Thirsty Thursday. We are live. So I am having technical difficulties today with my camera. So we are going to do Thirsty Thursday still because, of course, I'm not going to just not do it because that would be insane, right? So we're going to do it today, and just feel free to look at this gorgeous picture, my desktop background here, and we'll just have this be a listen only Thirsty Thursday because this one is going to be really, really good. So I don't want you to miss it, but this is a background watch, obviously, unless you just love this gorgeous picture and you want to stare at it with me. So I'm still here, even though you can't see my face. So I want you to comment and, say hi and let me know when you're here. And if you have any questions along the way, go ahead and ask them, okay? And I will come back to the end. But remember, if you're new to me, if you're new to Thirsty Thursday, I'll just give a quick recap. The purpose of these Thirsty Thursday calls is to be like the quick and dirty, really short things you can implement immediately so that you can see a change in your business. Okay, so these aren't going to be like we did on the challenge where you have like massive amounts of homework. These are just going to be like quick little things that you can think about that can really make a huge difference in your business. So hello, Victoria and Heidi and Lon. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Let me know if you can, if you have any questions. So I'm just going to jump right the heck in. So today I want to talk about the 3 things that you can do so that you can start getting paid for your value instead of your time. So the reason that you would want to do this, hey Petra, obviously we want to do this because we make more money this way, right? Hey Dusty, so glad you guys are here. Obviously we make more money if we do it this way, right? Because our value is worth so much more than our time. So when we're thinking about making money, and especially in an online business, honestly, our hours don't matter. Yeah, Heidi, sorry, if you joined late, I'm having technical difficulties here. My camera is not working. So hopefully you can, I shared my desktop background if you want to look at my pretty picture of my desktop, or I can, go back to our little vortex of doom from the 5-day challenge if you want to, look at the Facebook comments, but my camera is not working. So let's do that. That way there's still something to see. But like I said, this is going to be a listen only Spotlight Sunday today because I'm having technical difficulties, but I ain't going to just not do it because this content is too good to not share. Okay. Hey, is it Vandana or Vandana? Let me know if I'm saying that right, but hi, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, okay, so let's dive in. So we want to get charged based on our value, not our time. I think everybody's on board with this. If you have questions about why that's better, of course, let me know. But hopefully we all know that that's better. So tip number 1 is going to be like stupid simple. And I'm just going to say quit charging hourly. Like just don't charge hourly, okay? And that is my favorite tip right there. Hold on. Heidi's saying that she can't hear me either. Can everyone else hear me? I'm going to pull it up on my phone and play the sound and just make sure that everyone else can, in fact, hear me. Make sure I can hear me. So give me 1 second. Technical problems are fun, right? But this is real life, y'all. So we'll go into my group on my phone real quick. Look at the Facebook. Okay. So I'm hearing me on my video. So okay, Patrick can hear. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. So Heidi, maybe just check your volume settings. But you shouldn't be able to hear me. Okay, so number 1, you said quit charging hourly. That is the easiest way to quit getting paid hourly is to quit charging hourly, right? So the easiest way to do that is to create packages for your programs. So a lot of you I know have already done this, okay? So those of you that competed in the little contest and the challenge to do all your homework, I saw kind of how you're interacting with your clients a little bit. So I'm sure that a lot of you have already done this, but I want to bring it up because the purpose of creating those packages is not to overwhelm your clients, okay? We want to keep everything as stupid simple as possible so that it is easy for them to say yes. So when we're creating packages, that's where we're going to have to know our ideal client like the back of our hand, right? We need to know every single thing about them so that the package we're offering them is something that they absolutely need and they can't live without. And we don't want to have 38 different packages for all of the different people we could possibly serve, because then it gets confusing and overwhelming and they don't know what to pick. And that's not efficient, for you, because you're going to have to help them through the process. And it just doesn't, it doesn't scream that expert status, right? So packaging it that way for ideal clients just makes you look like, wow, they know exactly who I am. They see me for who I am. You're speaking their language, and it sets you up as that expert because you're like, okay, cool. They know exactly what I need. And it, like I said, it just solidifies that expert status there. So number 1, quit charging hourly and package your offers into one offer that your ideal client cannot live without. And that will and then show them the value when you're talking about it. So number 2, like I said, if anyone has any questions along the way, just put them in the box and I will come back and answer them. Or if you're watching the replay and you have any questions, put them in too. And I'll come back in later and answer them. So number 2 is to focus on, I can't type today, focus on experience. So when you think about the big brands, the ones that are considered like luxury brands and premium brands, not necessarily in the online business, but I've used this example before, like Coach, or, Mercedes-Benz. When you walk in there, it's a different, okay, Lon, I create handmade jewelry. So how would that work? Okay, that's a great question, Lon. So this group, is specifically for service-based entrepreneurs. So when I'm talking about strategies like this, it's definitely going to be focused on service-based entrepreneurs. But that doesn't mean that the underlying principles aren't still essentially the same. So a way for you to translate that, I'm sure you're not charging hourly anyway because yours is not a service. You're probably charging for a piece of jewelry, right? So without knowing too much about your business, I would say you could still create some kind of package for, like, I'm seeing like a going out package where you put 2 or 3 pieces together, or, a graduation package that's like, if they're going to a kid's graduation, that's a little bit classier, or there's still options for packages there for sure. But like I said, this group is Brand Boldly for service-based entrepreneurs. So you will have to, feel free to ask questions like you did, and I'm happy to give you my input, but, that's also not my zone of genius. So I'm happy to help you any way I can. But the underlying principles will definitely still apply for you, like the branding, to help yourself stand out. So pay attention to that stuff especially. And number 2 still definitely applies to you also, Lon. So focusing on experience. So when you go into the Coach store versus JCPenney to buy a purse, there's totally different atmospheres and feelings, and you're treated a little bit differently by the staff, right? And there's it just feels like it's a luxury experience, and it feels high-end, and that is what we want to replicate in an online business. So obviously that's kind of hard to do, right? You have to really, really understand who your ideal client is and the type of experience that they want, and then figure out a way to give it to them digitally. So I'm going to give some examples of ways that I like to do that. So Vandana, how can I suddenly move to packages? There are clients who are paying hourly. So that's a great question. So the number one thing that I focus on in my business when working with clients is complete transparency. So I would just tell them that. So if you have some that you're already working with that you don't like, that you feel like are not going to like that, that's totally up to you. I mean, that's your discretion if you want to keep working with them hourly or not. And tell me a little bit more about your business too. What do you do for your clients? And that'll help me give you a more detailed answer. But so for me, when I did this at first, I started out as a graphic designer. For those of you that don't know me, when I very first started, I was charging hourly for graphic design. And I had clients that I was working with already who were paying me for, let's say a logo design was the one that pops into my head. And they would ask for 80 bajillion different, logo revisions that they wanted to see it in every color under the sun. And I would just charge them, in 10, 15-minute increments every time I made a change. That's annoying as shit for me to send, all those different invoices and all of that stuff. But it also, it doesn't position me as an expert. That method of interacting with my clients presents me as more of like a service provider. They're like, here, do this, and I will give you money for it. Whereas the other way, if I'm creating packages, and what I did, this is exactly what I did. I created a package for logo design. Like if you are my client and you're looking for logo design, this is what you need. Because a lot of times when our clients come to us, they think they know what they need, but really they're looking for that guidance from an expert. And they want somebody to, reassure them that they're doing it right and telling them that this is the right way. So when I created these logo packages, I'm like, you don't need a billion different revisions. You need to trust the process, and you need to trust me, basically. And obviously, some clients aren't going to like that. But at the end of the day, the only ones that didn't like that were the ones that I didn't want to work with anyway. Like, I want to work with clients who value my opinion and trust me, right? I think we all do. So I think you'll be surprised how many people are looking for guidance. They might come to you like, I know I need this, or I know I need to work on that. When in reality, you know that that's not true. And it's totally okay to say that. And if anything, it makes you look like that much more of an expert in their eyes, and they're going to trust your opinion. So I sell mental wellness. I'm a mental wellness coach. Okay, that's a perfect way to do it. So basically you have two options. Like I said, you can come up with a package that your ideal client, when we talk about ideal clients in this group, we're talking about the one specific person, not just in general, like one specific person that you want to work with day in, day out. That's what you design your package around. And then that's what you use your marketing strategy and your brand archetypes and everything else that we talk about in this group. That's what you use to attract that one person into that package. So you could offer that to them and say, going forward, I feel like this is going to be the best option for you. We can create this package, or just leave them on hourly if it's totally up to you, because it's your business. I did have some that I left on hourly, and then everyone else that came through the door, all the new clients, that was not even an option anymore. It was, this is the package that will work for you. So like I said, it's really just about anticipating their needs and telling them what they need versus asking them what they need and then you just doing it. That's the difference between that service provider and that expert, okay? So another thing about the package that you're creating, it needs to be like what they need to achieve their goal, right? So with a mental wellness coach, that's a little bit more subjective. Everybody might have a different goal, right? So this is where all of the stuff comes in about, picking a niche and being a little bit more specific about what you're helping them try to achieve, okay? So it's always better if you can have a very specific outcome that they're looking for. So maybe that's mental wellness can mean a million different things to a million different people. Hey, Jamie. So it depends on what their goal is. Is their goal to, feel better at home so they don't want to, go crazy and feed their kids ramen noodles every day for dinner? Or is it, to exercise more? Or is it to eat better? Yeah, you know what I mean? So the more specific that you are, the easier this is going to be. So I went way deeper into number one than I was planning on, but that's okay. But packaging just to show them that you're the expert, show them that you know what they need, even if they don't know what they need. It's way easier to say yes. And the time of the package is dependent again on that ideal client. So for when I created my packages for what I'm doing now, my one-on-one program is 4 months long, because that's really how long it takes for my one-on-one clients to see that transformation and to see what they, to get what I'm promising them, that's how long it takes. So instead of offering, another thing I see a lot of people do all the time is when they're offering packages, they'll have, 4 different things on their website. You go to their services page and it'll say, this program is 2 weeks. This program is 4 weeks. This program is 3 months. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the difference? And they say, it's just the amount of time. Like, how much do you want to dig into it? Or how far do you want to go with it? And if you think about that from your ideal client's perspective, they don't know those answers, right? They don't know if it's going to take 2 weeks or 3 months because they're coming to you for guidance. They don't know what the process looks like. There's no way for them to know. But if you know your ideal client well enough, you will know. And it just sets you up, like I said, solidifies that expert status when you're like, okay, if this is your situation, then this is what you need. And this is how long it usually takes. Then you have, customized options from there. But starting with that one package for that one person is going to take you so far, I promise. And then if you want to keep someone hourly, do it. It's your business, If you want to do it, do it. But I wouldn't, because I end up working way, way more when I charge hourly, and I just feel shitty at the end of the day because I'm like, okay, those 15 minutes were really worth a lot more than 15 minutes. You know what I mean? So that was recap of number 1. Number 2 was experience. Focus on the experience. So the ways that we can enhance our experience online, because, it's easy to spray some perfume and put on your extra smiley face when you're in person and make them feel good about themselves, but that's kind of harder to translate online, right? So the first thing I like to do is really focus on my client, induction process and orientation process. So just making it as stupid simple. I say stupid simple all the time, but it's so true and it's so important. Make it as simple as possible for clients to sign up, and make it enjoyable to go through your journey. Like when they click on your link to book onto your calendar, is it easy to use? Is it confusing? Is it hard to find stuff? All of those things add to the overall feeling. So notice the details is really about adding that high-end experience. You wouldn't expect to go up to buy your Mercedes Benz and they're having to stumble through all of their computer systems and not know how things work. And, that's just not part of it. So thinking about it down to every single detail. And then making sure that experience through that entire process matches your brand and your voice and the way that you do things. So when someone signs up for a call for me, I use Acuity for my online booking calendar. So all of the details that go out in those confirmation emails are very customized, not only to the person, but they're very customized to what they just signed up for, whether it's, my private coaching calls, or if it is, just a Q&A session, or if it's, an assessment that I did. They're customized to that type. So it's just basically validating that, okay, you're in the right place. I know who you are. I understand you. And it's just those extra little touches like that, those extra little touches that are very personal, but you can still set up on autopilot, right? So it's not taking you any more time to add them. Another thing is creating a smooth orientation process. So when they're first starting, and that's when you have a lot of times, especially with coaching, I know a lot of us in here are coaches. So especially with coaching and especially with high-end packages, we have sometimes people kind of make the investment and then freak out a little bit. Like, oh my gosh, I just spent a bunch of money. So we want to minimize that and make basically every step of the way reinforce that this is a good decision. This is exactly where you need to be. And here's why. So my orientation process is very smooth. I use, and this is where systems come in, like I talked about Acuity, automate the crap out of your life and it will make you so much happier. But for my client management, I use one called Dubsado, and it's so amazing. So they book their call. We have a call. If they decide to sign up, all I have to do is go in and turn on an automation, and then it will send them their contract. Once they sign their contract, it will automatically generate their invoice. Once they pay the invoice, then it automatically sends them their welcome email that's very detailed and very, again, customized to their journey. It has like orientation homework and like a welcome questionnaire that's really fun and really matches my brand personality. And making that journey, that process, that experience that they're having customized to you and your brand just skyrockets the value. Like it really just, like I said, it's not even anything tangible necessarily, and I'll get into that in a second, but just feeling like, okay, this person has their shit together, they do this a lot, this is their thing, and solidifies that expert status. So the other thing that you can do is add in tangible things if that fits for your brand. So for my high-end clients, my $12,000 clients, I have like custom little gifts that I send. Like send a little gift. It doesn't cost you that much money. If it's a high-end client, it's totally worth it. So depending on what your price point is, adjust your gift from there. You don't have to spend $1 bajillion. I think my high-end client gifts, I spend around $50 to $75. But it can be super simple. One of my clients, when I just did a website for them, we did like a weekend website package, and then I sent her a stack of cookies. It was from this company called Cookie Crowd, and she loved it. So I think it was like $8 or $9 to have fresh cookies sent to her. So little stuff like that. It does not have to be expensive, and it absolutely should not be time consuming for you at all. But it just like takes you that extra step, just above and beyond. Cool? So that was number 2. Let me know if you have any questions about that, or if you have like ideas about a gift that you could give, but you're not sure if it's the right one. Let me know if you have any more questions there. So the third thing is to build their journey. And we got into this a little bit already, because I think it's Vandana. I'm going to go with Vandana unless I hear otherwise, but, asked about that, how to switch. We already talked about this a little bit, but we want to build a journey for our clients. So when we're creating our packages, we want to make sure that their journey is aligned to them and it's what they need for where they are. So a great example of this is like in my business, my $12,000 package is obviously not right for someone who's brand new to business. They don't have that type of money to invest, first of all, but also that's not where they are. They're not ready for that, and they don't need that. So I don't talk to them. That's not the language that I use. That's not the person that I'm talking to when I'm talking about it. But my new program, Brand Boldly Live, is very much for those beginning stages, or maybe they're later in business, but they haven't necessarily nailed down every part of their process yet, and they're not seeing the results that they want. But it's all about creating that journey for where they are right then. So ideally, if I'm in my perfect world here, when I'm designing this, I start out where that customer is or client is in their journey when they first meet me. So sometimes you'll see this as a funnel, but this is like, before you start thinking I'm talking about funnels, I'm really not. I'm thinking about like the back end and the purpose behind a funnel here. So let's say someone gets introduced to me. They've never heard of me before. They find me online, either from a Facebook ad or a Pinterest pin or whatever it is. They take my archetype quiz, my brand archetype quiz. That's where I send everyone first. Then the next step in their journey, they can sign up for a 1-hour call with me to kind of get customized support on where they are right then. Then the next step in their journey, if they want to continue on, would be my intensive. I have a 2-hour intensive that I would go through. And like I said, again, all of this stuff is really focused on where they are right then when they first meet me. And then the next step after the intensive would be that one-on-one package, right? So that's kind of that journey that you're leading them through. And you notice how it goes from a small investment to a high investment. So that's where this branding stuff comes in. So in order to get someone to pay you a bunch of money, right? They're not going to do that if they don't know you, right? They're not going to just find some random person on the internet whose website says they can help them and just fork over $12,000, right? So we have to create this journey for them to go through so that they can see the value of what you're providing. So, and making it really easy for them to see the value of what they're providing. That way, once they get to that option that, okay, the next step is $12,000, in their mind, they're like, okay, this person's a total badass. I already know how much they're going to help me because they've helped me this much so far. And it's not as big of an investment, mentally for them, because they know the benefit. They know what they're going to get out of it, and they're confident that they're actually going to achieve their goals. That's the big difference there. So going through those lower end ones, the lower end offers is really your opportunity to just blow their freaking pants off, is what I say on my website, like blow their pants off with how valuable you are. So this is where like really good freebies come in, like a lead magnet or a freebie. And then creating that lower end offer. Like I said, mine is the intensive. Maybe it's like if you're a coach, maybe it's like a 2 or 3 session package that leads to your however many month long program is, or week long, or whatever it is. But something that it is an investment for them. Nothing of your time should be for free. I'll just throw that out as a disclaimer. Like, stop giving away your time for free. Always, always, always. But give away tons of valuable stuff for free within like a lead magnet or something like that, where they can get to know you. And then your emails that go out after they download your lead magnet, like, start building that relationship with them then. And then they're going to know you, and they're going to like you, and they're going to trust you. And then they're going to buy from you once you can do all those things. So those were my three tips today, for charging based on value, not for time. I hope this has been super helpful for you guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, put them in now, and I will stay on and answer them. Or if you're watching the replay, please put in your questions there too. Just make sure you tag me or something so I know to come back and answer it, but I would love to answer any questions that you have. And everyone, I think, already knows in the group here that I've launched my new group program, Brand Boldly Live, and we're going to go so much deeper into all of these 3 things in that program. So every single step that we talked about is going to have its own, week worth of training. And we're going to talk about creating those packages. Like I said, we're going to understand where our clients are, and we're going to create the packages that are right for them, and go through that process step by step of how to identify who they are, and how to know what they need, and then how to build that package around what they need. So they're, like, oh my gosh, yes, this person totally gets me and ready to give you that money. We're going to go through ways personally in your brand that are good to add to that experience for you. So we'll look at, what you're currently doing and, the different options for you, because all of my programs are very, very tailored to you and what you need and what you're looking for, and what your clients need. So we'll go through and, look at your journey that you have so far and figure out ways to add value that are unique to you, and it's going to strengthen your brand and your message. And then building that journey, coming up with that ladder of options to get them to that higher end package, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe it's developing freebies, maybe it's, refining a lower end offer kind of to get them in the door. I like to call it a foot in the door offer, something that's that lower investment, but it's really your opportunity to just show how freaking valuable you are. So refining all of those things and defining them in a way that works for you. Those are all modules inside of Brand Boldly Live. So if you need help with any of that stuff, I'll go ahead and put in that link too. So you can check out that program. I'm super freaking excited about it. Like, I'm so ready to start. So the program, the first official call is going to be November 14th on a Wednesday. But there's also a bonus orientation call next Wednesday if you sign up, if you're one of the ones who signs up early. And there's an early bird discount right now, but that actually ends tomorrow night. So right now it's $200 off that early bird discount if you decide to do it. But like I said, that's going to disappear tomorrow night. We also had 5 bonus one-on-one sessions with me for the first 5 people that signed up. Those are already gone, but there's still so many valuable goodies in there. So don't miss out on that early bird discount if you've been thinking about it already. Or if you have no idea what I'm talking about, if you're new to the group, go check that out for sure. Because every single time I come in for Thirsty Thursday and give a topic, that's going to be in Brand Boldly Live. Like everything that I talk about in this group, everything that I feel like is super important to building that brand and establishing yourself as that expert so that you can charge whatever the F you want and have people excited to pay it. That's what we focus on Brand Boldly Live. So like I said, you can check out that website. If you have any questions about the program at all, feel free to send me an email or send me a message on Facebook. I'm happy to answer any questions. If you want to hop on a call and talk through your options, and decide if this is really right for you or not. If you want to, ask those questions personally, I'm happy. Oh, my phone's ringing. Sorry. I'm happy to jump on a call with you there. But just let me know. I'm here. And like I said, the early bird price is going to end though tomorrow night. So take advantage of that, y'all. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. And thank you for being here live for Thirsty Thursday. I hope your 3 things gave you something to think about and you can start making your brand awesome. All right. Bye, guys.